I did a fake trailer called Apes of Frankenstein, and one of the characters in it is an orangutan called Bokanga, who's been surgically revived from the dead. Well, Bokanga didn't actually start as part of the show. It started as a sculpting exercise with my daughters, Dana and Zena. I hadn't done an orangutan for a while, so I just kind of threw one together. This is only a 3/4. It's not a full head sculpt, but the sculpt was pretty quick. It's not all that detailed, but it's got enough detail that I think the paint works on it. Anyway, I was happy with it. Once I'd done the sculpt, I kind of started falling in love with it, and just decided maybe I should do a suit. I had a ton of leftover orange fur, which was perfect, so I decided to go for it. Once the casting, latex and foam-filled casting was out, cut the jaw loose, and this was a very dense 70-pound foam in it, so it was very, very strong. I cast this in neoprene, actually, which I don't use anymore for a number of reasons. But I wanted to strengthen up certain areas, so I used some cloth and neoprene to build that up. Then at that point, I just kind of tested some of the leftover hair I had, just to give me some idea of where to go, because I really was making this one up along the way. Oh, I did forget to sculpt Bokanga's scar when I sculpted him originally, so I had to add that with build-up. And you can see I started putting the paint on. Very, very much took it from light to very dark, just with a lot of washes and some airbrushing. The interior of the mouth is all EVA foam build-up. And as I started playing with this fur and hair, it started going, yeah, okay, it's come together. I'm getting it. I put the bolts on the head, the clamps, and started punching in hair around the mouth particularly. But he got a lot of hair punched on all over, really. It was part of his character, and I actually really enjoyed it. And I think it adds a tremendous amount to the effectiveness of the mask. Now, the hands were built up. The two on the left are Bokanga's. The one on the right is from Frankenape, the big guy. The arm extensions were just wood, a single wrist pull with EVA bands to sort of hold it all together. They're very light, and there was no other structure over the arms except the hair on it. Here you can see just how big they are. This is my daughter Zena, who played the part. You can see how big they really are in comparison to her. And with fur on them, it's not as noticeable because you don't see the definition of the joints as much. So I figured, yeah, might just get away with this one. But they are big. They really, you can see here, they pretty much dwarf my daughter. And the feet were just foam buildup. And again, cotton batting over them for the detail layer. And they're pretty straightforward. And that hair does really conceal a multitude of sins. The suit was a shirt and pants style, just out of the fur material. This is NFT material. I had to do a lot of hand stitching on it, just because of the nature of the material. But here's the very first time we got the suit together. Xena tried it on. I thought there'd be a lot more adjustments to make. There were little to none, actually, really. It seemed very comfortable for her. She was working well in it. There really weren't any major changes at all. So that one came together really well and really quickly. I did have a sort of bad casting, and I had another casting for a scene. I was going to have a scene before Bokanga's surgery, but we never even shot that. But I did go ahead and build that head for it, which came out really nice. It's a good duplicate, and you can get some idea just how big the head is compared to Xena in this shot. And so I wound up with three orangutans essentially for the trailer, and I dressed them all up in different ways, and sewed a very quick material for suit for one, and then I had another suit from a picture called Yeren that we also used. So in the end of the day, we had three great big red apes running through the crowd scenes, which helped a lot, added a lot of life.